So, let's actually talk about the intermediate classes and what you get for them. So, actually, there are differences between male and female, but there's also a difference between the House Leader. The House Leader has a chance to become that of a Lord. A noble and powerful leader, this class excels at wielding a sword and has a high degree of authority. Yeah, they get a class ability of Charm. Adjacent allies deal 3 extra damage during combat. That's honestly not too bad, honestly, but it's only for the Lord class itself. You also need to have swords and authority. So, authority is not too bad, although swords, considering none of the 3 lords actually start with that, it would mean you have to put a little into it, but a D+ is not all that difficult. If anything, it might be the authority. But, if you have your character become a lord, their chances go to a +20 to HP, a +10 to Dex, and a +10 to Charm. Which, I don't know the feel. I guess the Dexterity is fine, but only those 3 doesn't sound the best. If I go down to being Mercenary, it is 20 to Health, 5 to Strength, 5 to Speed, a -5 in Resistance, and a 5 in Charm. A Thief, 20 to Health, 10 to Dex, 10 to Speed, and 5 to Charm. Only requiring slightly higher Sword. For the same thing in Dex, a little less in Charm, but +10 to Speed. So, I mean, yeah, the Thief definitely has the better of the potential increases in stats compared to that of the Mercenary. Moving on down, Armored Knight, 20 to Health, a -10 in Speed, which makes sense. These are heavily defensive ones, even though you only get a +10 to Defense and a -5 in Resistance and a 5 in Charm. So if you're going for a defensive character, then yes, that's what you want. It just has to come at the cost of speed and resistance. The Cavalier is also only a 20 in health, a 5 in strength, a 5 in dex, and a -10 in speed. I have to look that one up. That doesn't seem right. A 5 in defense and a 5 in charm. Brigand is a 30 in HP, becoming more of an HP tank, a 10 in attack, or sorry, strength, but a -5 in resistance and a 5 in charm. The Archer is only a 5 in health, a 10 to dex, a 5 in luck, and a 5 in charm. So, yeah, it makes sense that they don't have a high chance of health. You really don't want your archers fighting. Although I kind of wish they got some strengths to go with that. Only the 10 dex is kind of meh. For the males only, we got the Brawler class. They get a 30 to their HP, again, just like the Brigand, a high HP class. -10 in magic, but that's fine, considering these people mostly want to be brawlers anyways. A 10 in dex, a 10 in speed, a -10 in resistance, and a 5 in charm. That -10 resistance kind of sucks, but I mean, with that high HP, alongside the 10 dex and 10 speed, I would be more than happy with that. The Mage gets 5 health, but -5 in strength, a 10 in magic, a 5 in dex, a -5 in defense, with a 5 in resistance and 5 in charm. Another male-specific class, the Dark Mage. You actually have to have a Dark Seal, if you see on the bottom right, for a 5 in health, a -5 in strength, a 10 in dex, a 10 in magic, a 5 in dex, a -5 to defense, and a 5 in resistance. They don't get anything in the charm. This is the only class in the entire intermediate, well, classes that doesn't get charm. So, essentially it's the same thing as a mage, but with less resistance, as well as different class abilities. So being a mage will give you the class ability of fire, so you will always have an attacking magic. Compared to the Dark Mage, which gets Miasma, it allows you to cast Miasma. If Miasma is already available, the unit can cast it twice. So it's the same thing with the fire. You can cast fire. If they already have fire, they can cast it twice. And Heartseeker. Adjacent foes suffer -20 evasion, yes. And the last of the male available classes is that of a priest. Priests have 5 to their health, -5 to strength, 5 to magic, 5 to dex, -5 in defense, a 10 in resistance, and a 10 in charm. So, It doesn't get as much magic as the mage will, but it does get more medical resistance, so give and take. Also the fact that, like, the priest needs faith, whereas the mage needs reason. So you can't just be like, oh, well, my healer... I can just have my healer be a mage, only if they have enough reason to do that. Now, if we move over to the female classes... Anna... as I said, they lose out on some things. They don't get the Brawler. They don't get the Dark Mage, which kind of sucks considering the two people that I have that are actually using magic are both female. But the female-only class for this one is the Pegasus Knight. They have 15 in health, 10 in speed, 5 in resistance, and 10 in charm. So, something to keep in mind when doing your level ups. With all the fact that some classes will have things for charm, nothing, steal, and lock touch. Which kind of stinks. I already have one guy that already has lock touch, so that's not going to be useful. That's not going to be as useful for this class. Alma Knight has nothing, Cavalier has Canto, nothing, bow range +1, I think I talked about this last time. But just to be safe, Canto allows the unit to move again after completing certain actions, if there was movement left remaining. They also have a 7 in movement, similar to the Mercenary having 5. The Armor Knight 6+4, which isn't too bad, considering he's heavy armor. But yeah, every other class, except for the mages, apparently, get extra movement. That's interesting.